Let's just talk about this headquarters position again. I just want to reiterate, the reason headquarters has some popularity was because essentially it was a position where he doesn't have much offense. So there was not much of a guard that he could play from this position. The idea was you could keep coming back to headquarters when your passing is failing, relax, gather yourself, and then get passing again. So it's like your safe space to come back to. The problem in headquarters nowadays is that they do have guards they can use. They can use chair guards, reverse guards, and the like. So there's things they can do here now. So it's not as strong as it used to be, but I still feel in the gi it has a lot of use because you have grips and you can pull yourself in. All right, so we looked at this the other day. Let's look at it from this really basic position. So double shin grip, step in, trying to get this to center line. Now we talked about this. This is just one way to do it, but I'll often take this collar and I'll close space. You don't want to be too high here because people will throw a shallow lasso on you. Exactly. And now this is a problem I have to deal with. So if we go back a step, I want to really be crowding space here. So if he tries to throw that shallow lasso in, see how it's challenging now? Remember we talked about this, grab his pants and try and roll him out that way. So now when he tries to turn out this way and recover, it's really challenging. Now, as we talked about last week, I'll always try and smash pass or leg weave pass out this way to start with, right? So that's always my first attempt. But what people will often do, they'll start turning their knee out that way to stop it. That's your cue to go that way. Now the knee cut becomes open. What I'll personally do is I'll use this hand to push his leg down, so I'm already coming through the knee cut. My shin here will go across his hip line into this knee pocket, so from one knee pocket to the other, and I'll crash that top shoulder. So what I mean is, as he starts turning this knee, I'll push down here. Look, I come across his groin line, and then I'll crash this top shoulder by driving my elbow down. That's the advantage of having this collar grip. You can just dig your elbow in. So that's almost like an underhook. It's like a pin here. And notice I've taken away all the inside space, so he has no knee shield. If he's framing me and trying to keep me from coming through, obviously take his tricep. You can kick the leg if you need to and start passing out and be on your toes so you're active. Now, one thing here, guys, try not to square up straight away. Try not to go like this because you'll hip escape and recover. Instead, as soon as we come out, use your feet. We call it getting below sea level, drop low, and I run his hips all the way back to the other side. Now when he starts trying to turn in toward me, he has to do a 180 hip escape and I can settle. So all the same thing, we're in our headquarters position here. I'm trying to smash him out this way. He's trying to open his knee out. Now you can just punch an underhook, right? So my hand can just travel straight through. You can put a knuckle down, you can put a high five. High five is obviously a bit better. Same thing, my hand just wraps over, pushes his leg down. That means when I go for my knee cut, his leg's already becoming out of the way, right? Like it's not up toward his chest, closing elbow knee space. So as I punch and drive this down, and now when you go through, you can cup his shoulder, but you're gonna drive everything to the top side shoulder here. So see how I'm putting all my pressure to this shoulder to keep him flat. You don't want him getting on his side, building frames in, recovering shins, and building back to a guard. So this is more like a power knee cut, and this would happen pretty aggressively and fast. I don't use this, but a lot of people do. So you could come through, you could try and smash out here. He's opening his knee back out. You're literally high-fiving. You can reach for the mat. You can reach for the tricep. It doesn't really matter, but you're going to kind of like jump through here, grab onto his shoulder, drop my hip into that space so the knee shield doesn't come through, and drop my body out toward here, this shoulder. And then we're just passing out. Does that make sense? So it's quite a dynamic, fast movement, but still try and think about crashing this shoulder. If you don't crash that shoulder, they'll build on their side. I'll show you what I mean here. Say I punch through, I don't crash that shoulder. Exactly. He's going to build and recover his guard. Question here, just now from Brian. What if they grab my ankle? Let's turn this way. Yep, all the way around. Yep, here. If they grab your ankle here, if I have this happen, I usually try and use the collars either side at their armpit. So I'm pushing my pinky into their armpit to separate. So that way I'm pushing his body away from me. And now I can drive my knee down onto his thigh and start taking baby steps back. Drive down, baby steps back. Drive down, baby steps back until I can start breaking this. About now, it's not serving him anymore, right? And I can start even moving into my different smash or leg weave options. So we're trying to smash his legs over in headquarters. He turns his knee out. I try and go knee cut, but he catches me in a knee shield here. If we turn this way, immediately I'll take this collar. That's your distance manager. So if he tries to push away and move to a different guard, I can pull in. Now I just come out of my legs a little bit, reach through, and we want to pin this with our knuckles 100% to the mat. Just like a long step, we look at his top shoulder to try and pin him, and then you're going to cut over his shin, straight up and stretching his leg out. So with this arm weave, we can try and get on the inside of his knees and consolidate. We can try and pull his leg down, so you can do almost like a little bit of a long step. Pull down, go back to our leg weave, which we've been doing, or sometimes you can even come out the back.